that know how to get the most out of people and how to motivate them, let their personality show. That's something Andy Reid, that's one of my favorite things he always says, let your personality show. He wants his guys to go out there and be themselves because he's going to get the best version of them. Instead of trying to make them fit this specific thing, let's find a way to incorporate this guy into the offense. So it's just done and it feels better.
I will say this, Coach Reid came in to Kansas City, and he kind of had to break a culture. So my first taste of Coach Reid was very much you're doing it this way. You're doing it this way. And once we kind of recreated that culture into where he could trust us and we could collaborate and we could make it, that's when we really got the train rolling and started to have a bunch of success, as well as getting a guy like Pat Mahomes.
If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Did you know over 90% of you watch without subscribing? It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference and helps us keep bringing you great content.
Not a great performance, but a win is a win. It's hard to win in the NFL, man. And I'll take a win any way I can get it.
This is the first ever road win against the Giants in franchise history.
It's pretty crazy. Our franchise record against the Giants is pretty insane.
What is it?
It was like 4-13 or something like that.
Wow. I guess you think about it, the Giants used to be good.
I don't think I've ever beaten the Giants up until today. I lied. I beat them before.
When you got into the league, the Giants were just fading away from that Eli Manning Super Bowl era Giants.
And they still had Eli Manning and they still beat us. Yeah.
Yeah, but they weren't Super Bowl era Giants anymore at that point. Because my second year, 2012, was the second Super Bowl they got, right?
Damn. You're like a dinosaur, man.
That was my second year in the league. I remember Marnie Morningwig. When we went to the holiday party, we were kind of out of it already. And I remember asking Marty, hey, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl this year? And the Giants are 8-8, nothing special. And he's like, honestly, I think the Giants are going to win. They're peaking at the right time. Their defense is stacked. And he called that shit. They went on the run and freaking won the whole damn thing. So
shout out to Spags.
Yeah, there we go. All righty. Well, you guys got it done this week in the Meadowlands.
Yes, we did.
A little frustrating first half. It was a lot closer than it probably needed to be. Chiefs settled for 3 field goals in the red zone. Is that right? All of them in the red zone?
It was big red zone. I don't think we got past the 30. We got hit with a few penalties that put us in 3rd and longs and kind of kicked ourselves once we crossed the 50. But Harrison Butker right there to punch them through for us and get points on the board. I will say it feels like we're rolling. It feels like we're starting to get this thing going on offense. Our defense is playing stellar. Both this game and last, absolutely phenomenal performances, and stopping the run is the biggest thing. And our DBs are playing really good. We had a few turnovers, and when you win the turnover battle, you typically win the game.
Helps out. Helps out.
And one of the craziest plays I've ever seen in my entire career was the Pat Mahomes pass that ended up being a backwards pass that he then went and ripped it out of.
I don't think that any other quarterback makes this play, dude. This was such
fuck was that. There was so much chaos in my mind of I turned around what, we got it back?
What do you think is going into Pat's head right there? Right when the ball hits the ground, what's he just
fuck.
No, but he's doing it in the right voice.
Come here, boy.
He's like, fuck. Fuck.
Get it, Pop.
This was such an impressive play. He covered so much ground, and then just who has the foresight to jump at the ball?
Dude, it was insane, dude. I told him afterwards, I'm like, bro, I still don't know how in touch. It's so insane from that angle. He just comes out of nowhere. That boy got heart, man.
It did feel like you guys are starting to get rolling on offense. Defense, like you said, has been playing pretty dang well, right? I mean, especially the last couple of weeks, they've been playing well. And you got Pop going, you got the run game kind of active. And then, it felt like Pat started, especially in the second half, taking those shots. We've seen Thornton open down the field for a couple games now. It's been waiting for it to kind of happen. And all of a sudden it started popping for him. Hollywood Brown made a couple big catches.
Hollywood's been playing fucking outstanding. He's been that safety net for Pat. And I think we're going to keep getting this thing rolling, man. Hopefully we get Xavier back here soon and got Rashee Rice back in the building. I know we don't get to see him for another 3 weeks, but he'll get his engine rolling and practices and back in the building and get the swagger back of having the whole unit together, man. Doggone. And even Juju Smith-Schuster, I can't say enough about what Juju is to this team in terms of his energy, his accountability. He's always in the right spot, always there for Pat, especially in the rollouts, has a good feel for the game and the offense, and just feeling out zones and being in the right place at the right time, man. Just always accountable in the run game as well. So I think we're starting to catch some momentum as an offense. And I think that comes with, like you said, getting Pop going, getting Kareem going, and these big guys up front being able to just get off the ball and move guys. And that'll help out the pass game a lot.
And then it just felt like between Pop, the receivers, and every time somebody got a ball thrown to them, or they got a chance to make a play, everyone was fighting and running, and like there were broken tackles. It felt back to like some vintage like Chiefs, just like speed and energy and effort, and it was just fun to watch. It was a lot of fun to watch this past week.
Second half felt a lot more like Chiefs football.
I still felt like in the first half, even though the points didn't get there, it felt like guys were breaking tackles. It felt like guys were making plays. You know what I mean? Whereas if it's felt like for the last couple weeks where it's, even when the completions are made, it's like almost like a tackle happens right away, or, Pat isn't able to find anybody, so he takes off a run. It felt like now guys were going out making incredible catches, right? Like that Thornton catch down the field was a fucking fantastic play. Right after what happened? He got a penalty, right?
No. He caught the one right before, and as he's going down to the ground, elbow. It
moved. That's what it was. Thank you. And then to come back and to make that second one, I'm like,
the second one was even harder than the first one.
I don't know how the hell he caught that.
Just puts the point up in the air. Dog. Like, I got it.
He caught it through the defender.
No doubt about it.
Boom! That is such a great catch. Falling and like sticking your hands out, man. He is, dude. Love that dude, man. You've mentioned this kind of even on the side. You've been waiting for this kid to kind of come on.
Yeah. He was a steal. I don't know how he got out of New England, man, but we're appreciative that they let him go, because he's a smart football player. Sure hands. On top of that, can run with the best of them. A big body. Long arms. It's just he's a smart football player. Smart football players are going to fucking thrive in this offense, because Coach Reid's going to put you in positions to where you get those one-on-one matchups, man. If you know how to attack it, good things are going to fucking happen. And I think him, Hollywood, Juju, we've been rolling, and we've been getting this thing kind of geared in the right direction. And I think Pat's just going to keep dialing it in as we go, baby.
I can't imagine being a quarterback back there and trying to make decisions, because there's the amount of things you're trying to process on a play-by-play basis is intense. And the more you build chemistry with guys, I've got to think it makes those decisions a lot easier. And with Pat, 1, it feels like
1,000%.
With Pat, it feels like obviously he has great chemistry with you. He's got great chemistry with Juju because he's played together. A lot of the other guys, like that, is still kind of being developed in games. And like
Noah Gray, another guy had
Noah Gray
had a bunch of fucking. They didn't seem like big gains. He had about 30. Close to 30 yards yards called back just because of penalties and stuff.
Right.
Still the smaller, the short gains of like 6 to 10 yards that you're seeing with just underneath routes and him getting vertical. I mean, that kind of stuff gets you a fresh set of downs. It gets you a 3rd and short. You know what I mean? You manageable situations. All that trust that you're talking about that gets built up in the offseason and in training camp and just being accountable in games, that just makes 1-5's job so much fucking easier. He doesn't have to think about, where you're going to be or anything like that. He can kind of just feel the game out from that point on. And man, when he's out there just, letting the game come to him and feeling the game out and just being the ball player he is, man, he's the best player in the world.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it's obvious that he's building chemistry with all the guys out there, but I mean, the more he's building the chemistry with Tyquan Thornton, I just think, it's going to open up so much underneath if that big play, big strike ability comes up. It makes it much, much harder to defend everything you guys are doing. And either way, that moment was a spark. And I think the spark probably had been lit for a while for the Chiefs, but it started clicking after that. We also got a shout out, 192%er who made it to the game, Erica Duchemin.
Hide your grandmas, motherfuckers.
The Kansas City Chiefs game wasn't just another night of football. It was a moment that perfectly blended sports, celebrity, and romance, with Taylor Swift once again showing her unwavering support for Travis Kelce. From the moment she arrived, the cameras couldn't look away, and neither could fans around the world. Taylor didn't just blend into the crowd. She made her presence felt, cheering loudly from the stands, showing real emotion, and proving that she's not just there for the spectacle, but for Travis and the team. This wasn't about glitz or glamour, but about genuine love and loyalty. Fans noticed right away how invested Taylor was in every play, standing to clap, gasping during tense moments, and sharing high fives with those around her. At times, the broadcast seemed to cut away to her reactions almost as much as the game itself, highlighting just how much of a cultural force she has become inside the NFL spotlight. Her passion wasn't staged, it was raw, it was real, and it reminded everyone that even global superstars can be diehard fans when love is on the line. One of the most talked about moments came when Travis made a crucial play and Taylor couldn't hold back her excitement. She jumped up, clapping and shouting with pure joy, her energy radiating across the stadium. It wasn't just about celebrating a great catch or a big gain. It was about her pride in the man she loves. Swifties and football fans alike flooded social media with clips and reactions, with hashtags about Taylor trending almost as much as the game itself. That's the power of her presence. She brings an entire new audience into the NFL world. And let's be real, Travis knows she's there, and you can see how it fuels him on the field. Athletes talk all the time about motivation, about what drives them to perform at their best, and it's clear that Taylor's support has given Travis an extra spark. You could see the confidence, the swagger, the determination every time he lined up, as if he wanted to put on a show not just for the Chiefs' kingdom, but for the woman watching from the stands. That dynamic, athlete and superstar, love and loyalty, has become one of the most talked about storylines in sports and entertainment today. But what makes Taylor's presence even more meaningful is the way she embraces the Chiefs' culture and community. She doesn't act like she's above it or separate from it. She joins in. She laughs with other fans, celebrates with families in the box, and seems genuinely invested in the team's success. This is more than just a headline romance. It's about connection, about showing up, and about building something real in the public eye. And it's not always easy. When you're Taylor Swift, every move is dissected, every reaction turned into a meme or a trending topic. Yet she handles it with grace, showing up again and again, no matter how loud the noise gets. That's real support. That's real commitment. And that's why fans can't get enough of this love story unfolding on and off the field. Imagine being Travis Kelce, looking up at the stands and seeing not just your family, your friends, or Chiefs Kingdom, but Taylor Swift, one of the biggest stars on the planet, cheering you on like any proud girlfriend would. That's powerful. That's motivating. And that's why this relationship continues to capture hearts worldwide. Taylor's support at the game wasn't just about football. It was about loyalty, passion, and love, and it's becoming just as much a part of Chiefs culture as the roar of Arrowhead Stadium itself. Fans can debate plays, strategies, and stats all they want, but one thing is undeniable. When Taylor Swift is in the building, the energy shifts, the cameras roll, and the world pays attention. It's a love story written in touchdowns and cheers, and something tells me this is only the beginning. If you love following these emotional, story-driven updates on Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, and all the unforgettable moments in between, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. This channel is where the worlds of celebrity and sports collide, and you won't want to miss what comes next.